All right, good morning, everybody. Hope you're doing well today. This is for you. Feel free to swap around any energies in this reading. As always, just take what resonates and leave what doesn't. So I want to say to you that next week on Pathfinders, we're going to pick up the learning about your intuition and how to harness it. So if you haven't jumped on a Pathfinders, now is a great time. That pricing is going to change in March for anybody not already a Pathfinder. So there's a link below. And on the 20th of February, I'm going to be doing a very special class about understanding the soul contracts you have with people, especially intimate partnerships. But it could be anybody in your life. So we're going to talk about Chiron. We're going to talk about a lot of different things with the North Node and how to understand people's contracts with you and you with them. All right, so there's a link to join that below. Okay, let's see where we're going. It is a live class. All right, grounded, home, I keep seeing that, psychic, interesting. All right, divinity, I couldn't help myself. Okay, some of you are in a place where opening up to your divinity, opening up to your psychic gifts is bringing you in connection with a tribe that feels like home. Some of you also are going to be transitioning out of a certain area of your life that has been the focal point and moving more toward a different part of your life. So if some of you have been in the home for a long time, raising children, or even working from home, you might be transitioning to another part of your life that's going to take precedence. Okay, that's going to take the lead. A new relationship could come in, a new person could come in, a new opportunity could come in that really shifts things. I'm very much seeing that. And I will talk more about the astrology of 2024, although I did some readings. I'm going to put a link here for each of you, for each zodiac sign. I did a reading about 2024, and I talk a lot about the astrology. So I'm going to put that link there to kind of give you a sense of your own path. And this is not stuff that happens to you. Astrology and tarot is not about that. This is about giving you tools, okay, to help you navigate the existing energies that are going on in the world. That's empowering, okay? So let's see what wants to come out this morning. Seven of Wands, over here. Page of Swords, Knight of Cups, the Three of Pentacles, wow, the Emperor, and the High Priestess. This is a past life soulmate making a small effort to show their truth, which is they do have love for you. I feel like they might have been fighting it. This person's been fighting it for a long time. You might feel that from this person, that they're fighting it. Okay, someone has to take the lead. If you feel like the person I'm talking about in your life has been fighting feelings for you, it may behoove you to act on your intuition and say, hey, I'm wondering if you want to pursue this avenue with me. I'm wondering if you want to pursue a romantic avenue with me. And if you say no, if that's not what you want, it would be better for me to build a life based on truth rather than on something that you have no intention of pursuing. I just really want to know the truth. I feel like the truth is going to take precedence for a little while here. I think there's been a lot of kind of floating around in messages of projection or hope or whatever you want to call it. And I do think you have an inner knowing about this. And, only if you're really prepared for the answer to be no, should you ask that question. It's like, okay, I'd rather know. And it's a possibility that someone else doesn't know either. And that's also an answer. I think there's a sense of like, yes or no, this binary choice of like, it's either this or it's that. But what if it's something in the middle? What if it's something like, hey, I'm still healing, or hey, I'm working through some things, or hey, I don't have that answer for you right now. Is it a possibility? Yes, but I can't give you any determination about that. But I think it moves the conversation to a different level. but only if you're willing to hear the word no, only if you're willing to hear the thing that you are afraid of hearing. Like, I feel like some of you are not asking the right question because you don't want to hear the answer. But if you do want to hear the answer, if it's like, listen, I don't want to waste my time here. Okay. I don't want to waste my time. So, Nine of Pentacles, this is about self confidence, the Chariot, the Knight of Wands. It's a lot of movement there. Five of Wands, Four of Pentacles, the King of Pentacles, Knight of Swords, the Strength card, and the Four of Cups. There's a bit of stagnation here. I'm not gonna lie to you here. This is like a Knight of Wands, Knight of Swords. I think there's a lot of desire for this, but I also feel like there's other things that are in the way. There's other things that are in the way. Do you okay, so resistance, there's one thing, right? There's resistance here, resistance of the message, resistance of speaking the truth, resistance on both sides. And I do think that I started to talk about this, the Knight of Wands and the Knight of Swords. There is a lot of desire for movement. And also with the Chariot, there's a lot of desire for movement, but there's also quite a bit of stagnation. I'm not normally going to call the Nine of Pentacles stagnation, but I feel like the standing still part, until one gets one's self-confidence going, is the key here. So there's two situations, or there's two people who are needing more self-confidence to ask the question, or ask for honesty, or ask for the next step here. There's more stagnation here. And it requires some fortitude, requires a little bit of courage. This is the Cowardly Lion, right? Requires courage. This can also be some of you who are starting to. I posted a video yesterday morning with Jen. She's one of our tarot readers on Soulful Revolution, which is great. She's just lovely and has a great style. And it's been a journey for all these folks, and it's been a journey for me, about putting yourself out there, being able to express yourself and be, I put yourself out there, and there's a little bit of like, am I doing the right thing, or is this what I'm meant to do, or is this even a good thing? There's something here about putting yourself out there, because what happens is you go out on a limb, somebody could chop that limb off. Okay. I think, though, it seems to me that you're fortifying yourself for that possibility. So it's like, I remember going in when I was working in television, and the executive producer had just turned in his notice, which I was very sad about because I loved him very much. And he's a great person to work with. And it took me a couple days to go screw up my courage enough, because I knew they were going to post the job soon. And I finally walked into my news director's office and said, I would like to apply. And why that is courageous was, number one, I wasn't there that long. And number two, I had never been an executive producer before, but I went in and said, this is something I want to do. And I'm going to throw my hat in the ring for this. It may not be the time. This may not be the station, but I know that's where I'm going. And I did get the job. But I wasn't there very long. And I thought, oh boy, if I put myself out there and he says no, like, that's going to hurt. That's going to hurt. But I did do it. I did say my truth. I did speak my truth. And I was glad I did, because I did get the job. But doesn't always happen. Sometimes there's another path. And, you've heard the statement before, rejection is God's protection. Sometimes there's things that you want to go for that the universe kind of, or Archangel Michael or your guides kind of like move you off of that, or you get rejected, or you get told no, or, even in a harsh way, you might be told no. I don't think this is harsh. But there is a truth that needs to be said, and it's like, it's almost like go for it. I feel like this reading is saying go for it, because the Knight of Wands and the Knight of Swords is there. And you guys, even if this is, most readings are just us, but here's the Fool on the bottom, the Fool going toward the Ten of Pentacles. Okay, so it's like you got to break a few eggs to make an omelet. You've got to do some things in order for this to move forward. Otherwise, it just won't. Now, don't forget, this is also a new moon, right? This reading is being published on the day of the new moon, February 9th. New moon in Aquarius. And it is about kind of going for it, right? Aquarius is not about sitting on one's hands. The central message of Buddhism is not every man for himself. A fish called Wanda. It's sort of like sitting on one's hands is going to not elicit the answer you want. You're only going to get an answer, possibly the answer you want, based on what I said, if you ask the question, if you speak up, if you're not feeling particularly courageous right now, what can we do? All right. If I'm not feeling particularly courageous, Empress, that's Venus energy, 8 of Cups, Ace of Pentacles, 5 of Swords. Why is that there? Okay, so this has to do with Venus. This has to do with Taurus and Libra. So this is about grounding. This is about being balanced, Taurus and Libra. This is about going for it, the 8 of Cups, walking toward what you want, possibly leaving behind something that wasn't all that bad, but also wasn't what you wanted, wanting to go for the gold here. Now, the card underneath was the 5 of Swords. So I want to clarify that a little bit. I know that I'm breaking my rule here, but that's what Aquarius is all about, breaking the rules. All right, so Hanged Man, 6 of Swords, the Moon, and the King of Cups. So the answer here is we're getting the 5 of Swords. There's a feeling that you may get skewered, or that you may sound manipulative or something like that. I feel like this person who you're wanting the answer from is just a little bit behind you. You're assuming that this person's not coming toward you, or this opportunity is not coming toward you. They're just a little bit behind you, okay, in terms of knowing what they want or making choices or something like that. The Hanged Man is about surrendering to the journey. And there's the Moon. There's the, it's possible that the full moon, we got moons in a lot of things here. It's possible that this person is coming toward you for the full moon in Virgo. You're using the new moon to plant that seed. Ooh, I like this. You're using the new moon to plant that seed, the new moon in Aquarius, that says, this is what I want. Being bold, right? We have Aries and Aquarius. That's very bold action, very bold action. I think you've got to break the ice here. I think you got to break the ice. Seven of Cups, Sun, 7 of Pentacles, and the Knight of Pentacles. To not break the ice is to sort of never know. I almost feel like the person you're dealing with, or the opportunity that you're dealing with, is waiting for you to take action based on your intuition. What does your intuition say? Okay, if you don't know, if you're afraid it's wishful thinking, okay, a lot of us can get into that mode of like, okay, I feel like this is a good thing. I feel like this is the right choice. But what if it's just me being employing wishful thinking, or projecting on a situation? What if I'm just making this up? What if I'm not accurate at how I feel like this person feels toward me? What if I'm completely off base here? Right? That 5 of Swords. I think this is what you're doing to yourself. This is like a little bit of gaslighting. You're like gaslighting yourself that this person doesn't feel the way you do. I just feel like this person is a little bit behind you. I think they are more about putting in time and effort. I think they're being very perfectionistic. If you're, and perfectionism is just a way of uh, procrastination. That's what perfectionism is. It's like I'm not really doing the thing I know I need to do because I'm afraid it's not going to be perfect. The other person's not going to like it. What if, what if, what if, what if? Okay. So let's just keep going with this reading. I think I will pull cards for each zodiac sign in the extended just to give you a sense of what's happening with you, particularly. And we'll look at the delay here. We're going to look at this delay and see what's going on with it. Okay. All right. Link is below if you want to continue on with me. New moon in Aquarius is pushing us to honesty. All right, I hope you enjoyed that video. If it was helpful to you, please consider liking this video and sharing it with anybody who might have a need for similar kind of information. And if you like this video, check out these videos.